Hey there, dear viewer, this is John Mark. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome to Mark My Words. I want to take just a minute or two and tell you about what we talk about on this channel. I say we, not just I, because I'm going to have guests on this channel. I'm in touch with some of the smartest and wisest people in the world, including Kurt Doolittle, the originator of propertarianism, which is, I simply call it leftism-proof, corruption-proof government. He's come up with some amazing innovations in rule of law that allow us to create a government that is leftism-proof and corruption-proof. We know how to do that now. We did not know how to do that before. The founding fathers of the United States of America, they did a pretty good job, but it was not complete enough. It was not specific enough. And so we know now how to create a government that can keep leftism out and can keep corruption out. Because as we all know, if you let leftism get its foot in the door, it starts to infect everything. So that's the end game, folks. That's the saving of Western civilization. And we talk about how we're gonna get there. That's what we talk about on this channel. We talk about how the American right wing is going to win, because we are going to win. And if you subscribe to this channel and listen to everything that I and my guests have to say, you will realize that the American right is going to win. We're just not gonna win through the old strategies. So the first thing we talk about is that we have to abandon failed and or incomplete strategies, like classical liberalism, libertarianism, trying to teach the left, tolerance, civic nationalism, full franchise democracy. All of these things have failed. And if you don't yet realize that they have failed, you are going to realize it one way or another. You're either going to realize it the hard way, or you're going to realize it the easy way by learning it from me and people like me that understand this. We're not going to lose anymore, folks. We're not going to lose anymore because we have learned from our failed strategies. These failed strategies have two basic errors. One is racial blindness, assuming that all other races are like Western Europeans, which is a lie. They are not like Western Europeans, and they are not interested in being like Western Europeans. They are not interested in classical liberalism. They are not interested in libertarianism. They're not interested in right-wing thought for the most part. I know some of them are, but the great majority of them are not interested in that. They are also openly and proudly ethnocentric, which I have no problem with. But the problem is when you import millions of them into America and they act that way, it becomes identity politics, and then the white people have no choice but to play as a team as well. The other fatal mistake that all of these failed strategies make is that they all operate in wishful thinking regarding how human beings act, instead of operating in the reality of how people actually act. A lot of these failed strategies are based on idealism and wishful thinking, and we have learned now that that is a mistake. If your ideology cannot hold property, your ideology sucks. We are going to fix these mistakes. So we have learned that tolerance does not work. Teaching the left does not work. Civic nationalism does not work because you let in too many people who are too different, who are not interested in what the right wing is interested in and the way that we are interested in living. Full franchise democracy is also a failure. We will talk about that. There was a reason the founding fathers, a very, very good reason, the founding fathers did not create a democracy where everyone could vote. We messed that up, and the instant we messed that up, we screwed up the United States of America, and in order to fix it, we have to undo those things. So we're going to be talking about that as well. The second subject we talk about on this channel is we analyze how the Civil War is going to play out in the United States of America, because there is going to be a civil war. I am not calling for that. I am not advocating for that. I am predicting that, like a weatherman predicts a hurricane. I personally advocate for peaceful separation, but I am also realistic enough to know that the chances of that actually happening are very low. The chances of any Democrat politician especially having the good sense to say, let's separate peacefully before this turns hot, I mean really hot, the chances of that happening is very low. virtually certain there's going to be a civil war in the United States of America. And if you don't understand why that is, I'll give you the 30-second version. Most immigrants to the United States, I'm talking about legal immigrants here. Most legal immigrants into the United States are non-white people. The great majority of non-white people vote left-wing, Democrat. And they get easily caught up into this identity politics that the Democrat Party plays with them because they're naturally ethnocentric. So because of that, the right wing has no political future in America in a democracy. The right wing can no longer win in a democracy. Just a couple more elections, if that, and we will never be able to win a national level election of any kind again, just because of the importation of non-white people who are hostile to white people for the most part, and who are not interested in right-wing thinking or right-wing living for the most part. Simple question, what do you think is going to happen when the majority of white people who vote right-wing find that they have zero political power in the United States of America and they're staring leftist totalitarianism in the face? What do you think is going to happen? There's going to be a war is what's going to happen, because the right wing happens to have all the guns. And that's all they're going to have left. That's all we're going to have left, folks. Nobody is shutting the border. Trump is not even talking about shutting down legal immigration of non-white people. It is over, folks. The United States as a united country is done. Cooked. Kaput. Finished. No mas. It's over. It's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of watching it play out. We need to do some serious thinking about how the Civil War is going to play out, what the possibilities are, so that we can be prepared. Every listener needs to be prepared, because it is going to happen. So we're going to talk about that a lot. And then the third and possibly most important topic that we talk about on this channel is the solution. Because what's going to happen is there's going to be a civil war and the right wing is going to win because the right wing has all the guns. That's a very simplified version. We're going to go into in-depth analysis of how that's going to play out. But at the end of the day, the right wing has all the guns. The American government is not going to use nukes on us because that would make them illegitimate in the eyes of the international community, nuking their own people. The right wing is going to win. There is no way the left wing can win a civil war and the establishment can win a civil war. I will explain that to you on this channel. You will understand it. I have done the analysis. I have a Harvard level IQ. I am in contact with people who have even higher IQs than I do and have even longer studying these things than I do. And we all agree there is no way the left establishment swamp team wins this thing. At the end of the day, we're going to get to create a new government of our own, either on some new land of our own in the United States of America or the whole thing. So the question is, what are we going to do with that? What are we going to do with that power? Because we cannot make our descendants fight this battle again. We know how to defeat the left permanently now and never let them have any influence over our lives again. It's called propertarianism. And it's called making sure that white Western Europeans have uncontested rule over their own nation or nations. Because white Western European people are synonymous with Western civilization. Everywhere they go, there is Western civilization. Everywhere they are not, there is not Western civilization. And there is zero evidence of anything otherwise. Some non-white people can come in and participate in it, but there's not a single non-white people group that has produced the uniqueness of Western civilization. So we will be explaining what makes Western civilization unique, and we will be explaining how to preserve it indefinitely and make sure that the left and the corrupt elites never get their foot in the door again. It's called propertarianism. We will be talking about that. I will be explaining to you the innovations in rule of law that allow us to do that, so that our descendants never have to deal with this crap again. Because this battle has been going on, truth be told, for thousands of years between left instinct people and right instinct people. between the people who are builders of Western civilization and the people who are fighters against Western civilization. These two instincts have been battling each other for thousands of years. And right now we are at a turning point. We are either going to go into a dark age, or we are going to free Western civilization from the influence of the leftists and the corrupt elites, and we are going to fulfill our destiny. And the right wing in America is the carrier of the flame of Western civilization, and we will not let it go out. So subscribe to my channel, and you will learn more about all of this. Thank you. Again, my name is John Mark. It's an absolute pleasure to have you as a subscriber. Please leave a comment, connect with me on Twitter if you want, and we are going to save Western civilization, and we are going to complete the project of Western civilization because we understand how to do it now. Previous generations did not understand how to do it. They tried, but they didn't know how. We now know how to do it, and we're going to do it. Join me, subscribe to my channel, share my videos, connect with me on Twitter. I look forward to being in contact with you. Thank you very much. How much longer do we want to play trench warfare with the left? How many more times are we going to have to fight this battle? You know what my answer is? 0. 0 more times. This is going to be the last time. And if that doesn't get you excited, I don't know what will.